Hey everyone, it's Marcy here with Creators Call. Happy New Year. This is my first video of 2024. Very excited, and we're going to start off the new year with a new theme, kind of. I don't know what to call it, a new challenge, I guess. Today I'm going to be joining in with the 50 Stack Challenge hosted by Amy at Crafty Cat. This is a challenge. This is her number 4 challenge. And if you're wondering what all is being made and who all's involved, you can follow the hashtag on Instagram as well as on YouTube. So it's hosted by Amy at Crafty Cat. I've never joined in this before. And if you'll recall, last year I tried to join the Roxy's Weekly challenge and I only got through like week 12 or something. And didn't get very far with that because her materials, the things that she uses, I just don't really have a lot of things that compare to that or that kind of get the same look. And I realize we're supposed to piggyback off of one another and kind of get inspiration and then take it in our own direction. But I was just really struggling with making the kinds of things that she made with the supplies that I have. But I think this one by Amy is going to be much more in keeping with the kinds of things that I like to make. So what is this challenge, you ask? I'm glad you asked because I'm going to tell you. So the challenge is 25 weeks long. She will give you 2 prompts per week. And she just draws a couple of ideas out of a bag. There's usually an overarching theme for the period of the challenge, and this time it's types of journals. Last time in Stack Challenge 3 it was Christmas. She was making Christmas themed things. After she draws the prompt, then you make 1 piece of ephemera for each prompt. And so this week, she just uploaded her first one on January 1. So if you want to join in, this is a great time to get started. But the first prompt was tag. Second prompt was bird. So I'm going to make something that has to do with a tag or is a tag or has a tag on it. Somewhere the word tag will play into that. And then the second one will be bird. Okay? So that's what we are doing. What I've been playing around with, this is something I've been wanting to make anyway, and I thought this will tie into the challenge. These are little book page pockets. As you can see, they are cut somewhat into the shape of a tag already, which is super handy. I've been wanting to make some of these up, but what I was thinking as I was playing around with these, I kind of had my own little idea, not to say that anyone else hasn't had this idea already, but this is a pocket, so you can stick a tag into the back of the pocket. But as I was thinking about how they could be decorated, what if this was a belly band and we could just slide a journal card in behind the belly band, and then when you glue it down to the page, you have a pocket that does this. You could glue it down to slide something behind it, either from the side or from the top, and then it has a belly band on it where you can also hide a journal card or another tag. Not hide, but slide. Okay, so this is my prototype. Isn't this exciting? We have a prototype today. I have a couple of these made up in advance, so my thought was we could decorate with the bird prompt and then also make a tag to go in. So let me show you how I made these. These are just made with book page. You know how we all have book pages typically left over. And all it is just your basic trifold. So everything is not exact. You don't need exact measurements because it really depends on your eyeballs and the size of your book page. We're just going to fold it over like that. Going to take some glue, and I think I'm just going to run it along the bottom here all the way so I can do one continuous line of glue, but really that doesn't matter. Fold this over, fold this over, and then just cut the dog-eared corners. This piece you just fold down. Oops, I didn't do that very straight. because I can't see what I'm doing. I should be standing up. I noticed I've done some filming recently, and I'm trying to get filmed ahead a little bit so that I'm not always rushing to stay caught up. But I was doing some of those standing up, and it was actually very handy. But today I just don't feel like I have the energy to stand up. So I'm crafting sitting down today, but it does make it awkward to keep my head out of the camera. So that's it. It's really that simple. That's how you make the pocket. Now you can use a book page. I have 2 different sizes here. You could also use music sheet. And the other one I thought of was maybe use like a cookbook page. So I want to tear the holes off, although you could leave the holes on. Yeah, I'm going to tear them off for now, but I was just thinking like if you bent it over this piece and had the holes showing, that would give a really nice effect. That kind of thing, but for purposes of trying it out right now, I think I want them off. And then do our trifold, and I think I want the torn side to the bottom. And if you're not really digging the jaggedy edge, which I'm not, you can trim it. Just trim it straight. So let's go ahead. These are old pages, or these are pages from an old, now see I just did my glue backward, from an old Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. And they've got all that nice aging yellow color. Very pretty. Super simple, makes a nice presentation on a page. And I guess right now I'm just looking for things that are a little more simple that I can just let my imagination go when it's time to decorate. So that's another reason why I think this challenge will be absolutely perfect for this. Okay, so this one is going to fold down. I'm going to try to get it straight. And obviously my gluing, by gluing it the way I am gluing it, I have too much overlap, so I have to go back in and glue that together so it doesn't, you know, it's flat as you're trying to tuck things in and out. Okay, so let me set these aside. So the extra book pages. All right. So the first thing we want to do, I'm kind of focusing on bird first because I feel like it's going to be easier to make the bird pocket and then make a tag to coordinate. So hopefully that's within the spirit of the challenge because that's the way my mind is working today. So I wanted to decorate this bird-like somehow. And first I need to figure out what I'm going to use for my belly band across here. I have several lovely options. You can make it as wide or as narrow as you'd like, obviously. Oh, I had a piece of vellum I wanted to try. Oh, and I have a black one, so I'm just going to try to see what I like the looks of. I have this strip of vellum, which would look really cool. I think it would look better against the way the text is on this page here. And then I have this scrap here, which I'm into the black lately. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, there are birds on it. Hold it. That was a totally lucky accident. I didn't realize, forgot there were birds on it. So that kind of ties in the bird without me really trying. I have bird pieces that are die cuts and stickers and all kinds of things, so we'll find something here to decorate with. So it may be that the bird is on the tag and on the pocket. We'll see. So the easiest thing is to just fold it over and glue it down. Scoot these out of the way. I was going through, I have scraps like designated for various things, but as I'm going through, I'm kind of like, now I can't remember why I saved these scraps for that project. So I just threw a bunch in a pile, and we'll see what turns out. Okay, so without even trying, we have a bird. I grabbed a page. I have this page left over when I was doing those Franken pages, and it has some pretty birds on it too. I didn't know if I could use that. I might be able to just back the tag with it or something. We'll see. I just pulled it out, see what we want to do. I'm also thinking I might want to punch like a big scallop circle or something and highlight a bird. So I have these gorgeous, gorgeous stickers that were from Grabby. And I also have these German scrap stickers because I really like decorating with birds. It's just really hard to find them. And these came from a shop called One Day Long Ago on Etsy. I ordered angel ones from her and some other stuff. So whenever I use her stuff, I try to reference it. One Day Long Ago on Etsy is the name of her shop. And she has lots of these kinds of things. So depending, because of all the decoration in the background, I kind of need my little bird to stand out. And then I also have all of these that I just recently got at Michael's. This is the Recollections brand. And one of these might actually work the best because they're a little bit oversized so they can stand up against the background here. That's pretty. That could make a journal card all by itself, couldn't it? There will be some crackling happening. I think I'm just going to take these out. I don't think they need to stay in the plastic, but I do want to see what I've got here. Ooh, these are really big. So this is more like the size I would want. Oh, cool. Look at him. These are very large. They might not. Very large. Where do you go, Mr. Parrot? He's cute. Again, very large. He's a little bit smaller, Mr. Chickadee. I would kind of like it if these guys could still be featured a little bit. Wow, these are very big. Well, these may not work because they are so massive. Is he the same as the other one? Maybe. Oh, oh my gosh, he could go in my cardinal journal. Maybe that's why I bought it. Maybe I saw that and thought that. They are so big. They're so cute. I like the colors, but the size is just too much. Now, that being said, we could put one on here by itself and make it a tuck spot like that. And that wouldn't hurt at all. That would be kind of a cool look. Too big. Either him or maybe him. And then he could be a tuck spot that way. Okay, I'm going to keep those two out. We're going to keep thinking on that. Or maybe him. Okay, large oversized birds. I like the owls. These owls are cool. So I'm just digging through my stack over here. Oh, goodness gracious. I thought it'd be a lot easier than this to just pick something out and move forward with it. Like these owls are cute too. Honestly, I kind of like that, but that doesn't help me with the belly band situation, does it? I could put them on the journal card. This is vellum. And then just have something like a label or something right there. That would work. Here's a bird card. That works. Maybe I'll just put a label. Okay, I like my idea of putting the owls behind here, and you can see it through the vellum. I like this with this. We're gonna get a label. And maybe this can go on the tag. Like these little birds, I'm seeing, I don't know, they kind of work in my mind. And then if we have time, we can do one of these with a more oversized bird. Okay? Because I still have to make the tag. I have to make a journal card and a tag actually because of the way the way I'm wanting to do these pockets. So I'm gonna scoot this out of the way for the moment. Hopefully I don't need my trimmer because I just covered it up. And I'm going to use my trimmer right now. I want to cut this right about here. Actually, you know what I want to do first is bend this around so I don't trim the whole piece of vellum if I don't have to. Because I don't necessarily want the whole thing to be cut down. I just want the part that I need to be cut down. There we go, that's better. So how's your new year? Is it off to a rip-roaring good start? You know, our kids have been visiting. They're not leaving until the 7th, but in between, they have a wedding that they have to go to in Twin Falls, which is a couple hours away towards southeast from here. So I just keep praying for good roads because I really don't want them traveling from here to Vancouver or from here to Twin and back. But they'll be in the wedding over the weekend, and then on Sunday morning they'll drive there and back on Saturday, and then Sunday morning head back to home. So it's going to be sad without them, but we've been having lots of fun. You know, we did our Christmas lights that we like to do, go in to view the Christmas lights, and then last week we went and saw Wonka, which was really good. Okay, that's going to be the journal card. Really, really good. And it was enjoyable as an adult. I mean, it's obviously geared for kids, but it was just really the humor and all the clever lines. And if you ever saw the original one with Gene Wilder, you know, there's references, and some of the music refers back to that one. And anyway, just super enjoyable. These are cardstock. I think I cut these off of like a card set. Okay, so I just need it to be a little bit narrower. Yeah, so Wonka was really good, really enjoyable, and I would go see it again. We were going to try to go see The Holdovers, which we did not get to. And I'm not sure I want that much of a angle to that. Don't know. But we didn't get that far. Tom and I had already seen it. When was that? November, which is now a couple months ago. Yeah, we saw it right after his shoulder surgery. And I would go see that again too. It was really, really good. If you ever watch Only Murders in the Building, if you've seen that show, the lady, the African-American actress, she plays the detective, and then she's recently had a baby on the show. She is in The Holdovers, a completely different character, completely different part, so it's very enjoyable. Okay, well, that was great. I did that, but I kind of wanted those owls. I wanted them to be on something. Do I want brown for them too, or a different color? I've got all these scraps over here. This might work. Is that? I just want to get an idea of the color because it might be too green. Although it kind of looks like they're sitting in a tree, doesn't it? Got a lot of things happening here. Anyway, yeah, so we saw Wonka, back to that. And what else have we done? Went to an indoor soccer game last night for my nephew. He's on an indoor soccer adult league, so very interesting. And you know, it's two, no, you don't know. Well, I didn't know. You might know. It's two halves, but the whole thing, gosh, probably under an hour for the whole game. Probably not even 40 minutes, maybe. It was pretty quick. So that was fun. We went out and supported him because he just recently joined this team. And it was just really fun to watch him out there having a good time playing. And he decided this was something that he wanted to do. Just to kind of get in shape, stay in shape, and meet people in the community. And So I got some Rusty Hinge Distress ink here. This was on my Christmas wish list, and happily my lovely family accommodated me. They got me quite a few things from the Christmas wish list, which I may use another one here in a minute. Okay, there's my little owls, and I have some, oh, look at this. I have some, these little label-y looking things. So depending on how this works out, let's see. That's too big. These are cut from an old 6x6 scrapbook pad, so that's too dark. That's the thing. I kind of wanted that green color, but it's too big. That almost looks like a bird's nest, doesn't it? It says forever, which I'm not keen on that. Can I turn it that way and get rid of the word forever and just do a partial? It's not coming out how I see it in my mind. It's a problem. I still kind of want the green somehow. That's what I want. I want what I want. There's some that are a little bit smaller. I don't really think typewriters have much to do with owls. I just wanted it to stand out a little bit on the vellum or on the card. I mean, if I stick it on the vellum, I'd want it to overlap. If I stick it on the card, that could work, and then I could just trim it like that. I'm not sold on that idea. That's my problem. Just not thrilled about that. Although, I like this color, and I could just cut off this part. It would give me the look I want. I think I'm gonna do it. This actually could be just like a little tab for something, but not today, not on this project. Okay, so I want this to kind of come off on the vellum here, and then my owls will be back here. This is kind of going a little more in a masculine or woodsy or nature-y kind of thing, but I want to keep this out because maybe I can use it since the theme is tag and bird. Maybe I can use that somehow. Yeah, so we went to see movies. Oh, and then New Year's Eve. We're getting too old and too tired to want to go out in the cold and the dark. If there was a year to go out, this would have been it, because it's a little more mild right now for being January now. I could have put my Christmas lights up, but I didn't. It's always too cold to take them down, usually, by the time January rolls around. This would have been a good year to go out and watch the Great Potato Drop downtown, but we didn't. This is going to need some paper on the back. I had some tag backing out, and then when I was cleaning up, I had to put it away. But just so you can write on this tag. So anyway, so for New Year's Eve, Katie and Sam and us, we watched When Harry Met Sally. Because apparently Katie and Sam have a tradition to do this, which I guess I was clueless on that. If I ever knew that, I didn't pay attention. Here we go. Okay, let's hope that this paper's pretty thin, so sometimes the punches don't like it and they won't work. But I like this Creative Memories one. I actually bought it off of eBay because you know, they're not made anymore, but it is durable. Yeah, so anyway, nice Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve watching When Harry Met Sally, and yeah, just having fun with the kiddos. And when I say kiddos, I mean not only our two girls and their husbands, but my niece and nephew, because we love hanging out with them too. On Christmas Day, we had we kind of ended up celebrating late because Camille and Jonathan had to go over to his folks and have Christmas with them first. So we ended up not doing our Christmas till 2, but then we hosted a open house just for people that we know that maybe we haven't seen for a while, or who were single and didn't really have anywhere to be for Christmas. And so we ended up not opening our stockings until 9:30 p.m. on Christmas Day. We opened our presents earlier. We opened those at 2, but we opened the stockings after everybody left. But yeah, it's just been very relaxed holiday season, which has been nice. Let's see, do I want the rusty hinge? I don't know. It's already kind of got a black background, but I could put a little rustiness on it to help it blend in with the rest of it. And this does have a lot of natural color, but I think once again I'll just tie it all in with the rusty hinge. The paper's slick, so hopefully the ink will take. Okay, so there's that. And let's get that on there. That's cool. Okay, so I don't want to glue there. That looks pretty cool. And now for the tag on the inside. See if we could do something like, nope, those guys are going in there. Okay. Either that, or these are cut out of an Edith Holden, I think the address book. Or this guy. Note to self. Not enough room to write on that note to self if I hide it like that, but oh well, you gotta do what you gotta do. This is completely different. This is very collage-y. And then I have some book page pieces that were, when I did the Heidi Hole book last week, the book safe. I've got all these pieces that were cut out of the middle of the book, which, by the way, he loved it. Loved it. I gotta make sure there's no offensive words. I don't see any. That's partly why I chose this book, was because I knew it didn't have bad stuff in it. I read one recently that was also in the little free library, but she has a favorite phrase that is none too attractive when you see it in print, and the main character. And so it's like, I can't use that. I don't want to be using that and accidentally have it pop up on my projects. Okay, this book page is not long enough. So we'll get one. Now this is a piece of scrapbook paper and I stamped on it, but that might work. So bird and tag and a tag and a tag. Let's see. It's actually upside down, isn't it? The writing goes this way. This is that really cute stamp set that Celeste turned me on to a while ago. And I love it. Okay, so if this isn't, if I tore it, which I'm going to do, I'm just going to tear it all the way down. And then I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down. And then I can place everybody else after that, all the other pieces. see, we want this a little more over to the edge so we can see that it got torn. But we also need it straight, so I'm going to hold it up for a sec. So yeah, all in all, back to my topic. I keep coming back to it, distracting myself and coming back. All in all, very nice holiday, and it'll be sad to see it end. I'm wondering if I wrap this around. Well, that looks stupid, probably. I'll just try and tear that off neatly. Try, emphasis on the word try. All in all, we'll be sad to see them go. They'll have been here for 3 weeks by the time they go, and so both of them work remotely, and then my husband works remotely from home. So today is a work day for all of them, and means I have to stay off the internet because it really takes a toll on our home internet. Can't handle that much usage. Okay, I think if I start by positioning this where I want it, then I can fiddle with this thing. And it may or may not. If I extend this past the edge, then I can trim it to go at the same angle. It's kind of cool. This is not really something that I probably would have thought of otherwise. Which I guess is the point. So we're going to mark this. And more rusty hinge first. Let's do all of this before we glue things down so we have it all edged out. I'm kind of in the inking mood lately. Oh, I also want to be in the rounded corners mood. Almost always in that mood. Those are kind of fun. I got to combine the two. Okay, now back to gluing. I must have coffee dyed these or something at some point because they are definitely dyed on the back. I remember cutting them out. I don't remember dyeing them. Must have though. Well, that worked out very nicely. And then I'll put these lids and things in the way. Okay. You know, I think I kind of want this to be a little more round. It's just a little too square. And down here. There we go. It's cute. And then maybe a word down there. I wonder if I can find a word. I wasn't thinking word labels when I started this project, so I mean, I know it says note to self up there, so maybe that's all it needs to say. I don't know. Now, one thing about this, if you decide to lay this on a page and slide things in and out from the top, I would strengthen this and reinforce it, any book page, because they're not going to be strong enough on their own. This one's folded down, so you've got the double strength, but the one in the back is just a single layer, so I would strengthen it. Okay, word. Let's find a word. I have these that are quotes. Yeah, that's me. Okay. That looks nice. I'm going to make a pretty snap decision. I kind of wanting the color to go, so either the gray like that. Okay, I'm gonna trim this down a little more. Probably not very straight, because I am challenged when it comes to cutting straight lines. But anyway, this is just a sticker. Oh, I wanted to mention too that I have now transitioned away from my Etsy shop. Very important because it's now the first of the year. So if you're looking for products that I'm offering, everything is going to be on my Ko-fi site and not at all on Etsy. Partly because of fees, partly because I can do other things. I can offer other things and freebies and stuff and services on Ko-fi that I cannot offer through Etsy very well. And here we go. Here are my sun, my moon, and all of my stars. I'm going to play with my new punch. So I just got this for Christmas. This was on my wish list. The Power Punch by We Are Memory Keepers, or the Euro Punch, Euro Hook Hole Punch, which I've been dying to have a play around with. You can tell I watch British TV. I'm dying to have a play. I'm going to punch it from this side so that I can get it centered without all the visual distractions. Is that too far? Probably. Let's see how we did. All right. And I need to ink the back side. And then I'm going to decorate this other one off screen because we're running out of time, and I'll come back and show you the two. Okay. This could use a little bit of script. Oh, well, that punched right through there. So I guess it's okay that this is here because you really can't read that. But you can see that it's a tag, so that's super awesome. This could use some patterning back there, in my humble opinion. As you know, my tendency to over-embellish, over-decorate, over-explain, over the top. Maybe I'll just throw some ink in there. Nice. Okay, that goes in here. So I'm just going to keep this as the journal card. I will find a label or maybe use one of these quotes for here, which actually that would look really nice because there's bird, and then I'm going to make a journal card with these birdies. I will be right back. Okay, there we go. I finished that one up very quickly. And here we have it, our 50 Stack Challenge number 4, hosted by Amy at Crafty Cat. These are the book page pockets with a belly band. I'll show you real quick. At the last minute, I remembered I had my speckly stamp on the table, so I went ahead and used that. Here's how this journal card turned out. I ended up having to trim a little bit off the top and the bottom because after I put all the pretty stuff on, because it was just a little bit too tall. The one I measured it against, I didn't measure against this pocket, and the pocket it's in is a little bit taller. So anyway, but that's how it turned out. And to have too much speckle, I had a lot of fun with that. And then here I added a little speckles to our owls right down here. And what got me going was that I wanted to fill this in, and then I remembered I had my speckle stamp on the desk, so that was awesome. Okay, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. It's always a pleasure. I always enjoy reading your comments. And if you have a minute and you want to join in the challenge, or you just want to watch and see what everybody else is making, it is the 50 Stack Challenge number 4, hosted by Amy at Crafty Cat here on YouTube. Have a wonderful week. Until next time, be inspired and do something creative today, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye-bye now.